As the relationship between the host communities and the refugees is diminishing, and at the same time rampant climate change in Western Nile region, Lugbara Kari together with some district leaders organized gathering in Teregu district at Ileju Town Council on Wednesday, 15th of May 2024 to sensitize the communities on how to create harmony between the host community members and the refugees for the purpose of peace building, and at the same time how to handle rampant climate change. Pharaoh Richard Andama, Minister for Tourism and Wildlife Lugbara Kari, says the host communities should stay in harmony with the refugees and handle them like brothers when it comes to land issues.
You see, it is quite very important that when the refugees came here, government, through the local governments, offered them areas for settlement. Now, many of the areas that were given were actually communal lands which people used to use for grazing and for hunting. Now, because of the large number of refugees, land has become scarce. And more so, many of the development partners who used to actually aid the refugees with the supplies of food and other materials has actually run out, I think, because of shortage of resources. We are here trying to share ideas and information as to how to live in harmony with our refugees in West Nile, particularly in Terego and Madi districts.
Peter Gift, Refugee Welfare Councillor for Western Region, says they still continue to encounter some challenges from the host communities.
One of the challenges, landlords sometimes do not respect the agreement that they have. It can be verbal, most times it has been verbal agreement between the landlord and either a refugee who wants a land. And you find that after cultivating, either putting your cassava there, before your cassava yields, you may find that the landlord has already hired that land to someone else. Or sometimes after cultivating your cassava, you may find your cassava is being harvested in the garden without your knowledge. And you don't know who has. Of recent, we have been receiving reports of attempted rapes to our women who are trying to access their fields. Those who have hired land from the host and they are trying to go into the bushes, either 1 or 2 kilometers, and you find men attempt to rape them in the bushes. A number of animals have been stolen from the refugees. Sometimes we even arrest some of these youths. We arrest them and we hand over them to police. And you may find that these are hosting youths.
Marta Tiko, Minister for Land and Environment Lugbara Kari, similarly says it does not sound real when host communities get into wrangles with the refugees over land issues and urges them to adjust.
When somebody pays for the land, let him harvest his property before you chase him away. You know, at the moment, the land has become resources of money. Those days, people didn't know about the land issue, but the land has become resources of money. But let us forget those issues. We are human beings. If somebody pays the money, let him harvest his things first, and then you need to go and harvest or take them away. It's not good.
Right Honorable Tuku Ismail, Prime Minister Lugbara Kari highlights the public on some of the solutions to the challenges the refugees encounter, more especially on the issues of the land.
The challenge of recent has been that the stray animals from the refugee side, when they come to the area of the landlords, these animals cannot be traced easily. In most cases, they disappear in the thin air. For that reason, we formed a committee called the Alliance Committee of 32 members. Half the refugees, that's 16, and half the landlord, to handle this kind of matters. And we have also trained this committee in settling matters using the alternative dispute resolution, leave alone going to the formal courts and so on. So this is very effective and it is happening. With the introduction of CCOs, that is Certificate of Customary Ownership of Land, introduced by ZOA. Before you give a refugee land, whether you rent it out or you give for free, you have to have a certificate, agree on paper to say the duration for you to use my piece of land is 1 year, 2 years, and so on.
Chamber de John Baptist, Assistant Superintendent of Police Teregu District Final, highlights the challenges and possible solutions to them.
We have received some cases, but the challenging part we get in cases of rape that have happened in the refugee communities. Some cases have been reported late, and the victims fail to give a narration of what exactly happened so that we can have a very good basis to initiate investigations. Then some other cases are not reported to police at all. Let them avoid those solitary movements, especially when they are going to fetch water, they are going to fetch firewood. Let them move in groups at least 2 or 3. These youth who are talked about to have been suspected to be the ones promoting this kind of vice and criminality, let us talk to our children, because these are our children.
Uganda is one of the few countries known of providing safe hub for refugees, and Western region alone is having different refugee hubs. Therefore, host communities are asked to be friendly to them. Oraku Benson Pastore, Western Television Nilecast.